Ravings and Cravings here. Ruth Hartunian Ellenbaugh joining you this evening on Good Company WLI, 1400 AM, 95.3 FM. I think I got it right this time. I am here in the studio with Susan Mitchell, who is the owner of Cloverleaf Farm, or is it Farms?
Farm, singular.
Singular Farm. And she's going to talk to us today about the Know Your Farmer fair that's coming up, which is very exciting. And I think, you know what, I did not get the memo, but for those of you who will see this later, I have this bag that she brought from her farm. I'm going to hold it up so you can see it at the front end here. Can you see that, all that green stuff there, Matt?
Yes.
Yeah, so do you see what color I'm wearing today?
Yeah, I noticed.
Matches my outfit. And you know, Lord knows all of us need more vegetables. Isn't it true?
Definitely more green, for
We do
sure.
need
Yes.
more green.
Yes.
So welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for
Okay.
having me.
You're welcome. Thank you. It's a pleasure to have you. So tell us about the Know Your Farmer Fair. All the, like the who, what, when, where, all that kind of stuff. Let's do that at the front end here.
Yes. Know Your Farmer Fair is easily my favorite event of the year. It is in our 9th year. I am one of the members.
Congratulations.
Thanks. I'm one of the members of the organizing committee, along with a bunch of really great individuals who have been working on putting this event on for several years running now. And so essentially, it is what it says it is. Know Your Farmer.
Is it really that simple?
It kind of is.
It really is.
You know,
Okay.
we have a fantastic agricultural community here
do.
in the northeastern part of the
Yes.
state and eastern Connecticut. And so we want to be able to put farmers together in a room and like make it easy for people to meet and talk with folks who are growing food. And so we have about now in our 9th year, like 30 or so farms coming from around the eastern
that's
part of the
amazing.
state. And so this event is pretty unique in that it's like part farmers market. So there'll be plenty of farms that have product to sell, like salad greens, meats, honey, maple, soaps, anything that's made by a farmer.
Fiber?
Not 100% sure on that,
So
but lots of vegetables. So farmers market, great time to shop local. And I know it can be somewhat hard in the wintertime. People think it's harder to find local stuff, but farmers are still producing. So part farmers market, part CSA fair, because now is the season when farms that use a CSA model, community supported agriculture, are looking for members to sign up in advance of the season. So if you've ever thought about joining a CSA program, don't know what it's about, what to expect, like this is a chance you could talk directly with a farmer and find out more.
Why don't you unpack that a little bit, because it's a terminology that I think not everybody knows what it is.
Yep.
So tell us what a CSA is.
So CSA stands for Community Supported Agriculture. It is a model to market your product directly to the consumer. So people sometimes think of it like a cooperative. I often call it a farm share. So you can think of it as you're buying a share of the farm, just like you buy a share or a piece of stock in a company. You own a share, you own a portion of the farm. So in our case, we're a vegetable producer. You essentially are buying in advance of the growing season a share of what we produce. And so the benefit of a CSA model is that people are investing in a farm, so it's a very intentional commitment. You are investing in a local farm saying, you know, we believe in you, our farmer. We believe in supporting local agriculture. We want to see small farms thrive. We're going to invest our money ahead of the growing season. That's kind of part of the model. You're assuming some of that risk. The benefit is then you come to the farm or to the farmer's market or to another drop-off location every week to get your share of what is grown or produced. So it's a way to buy directly from a farmer without it doesn't involve going to a farmer's market, just goes straight to the farm. So you get a really strong connection with the person that's growing your food. And I find it's a really great model because I get to know exactly who I'm producing food for. And I know people by name, I know their kids' names. Like, it creates a really great connection, and people come to appreciate the farm. And, you know, sort of that saying, you can't you can't support what you don't love, and you can't love it if you don't understand it. And so, like, we are trying to create this whole sort of economy based around local production. And that's what a CSA does. It's a really lovely relationship.
Well, you know, it's food, but it's relational. Because food is a relational
Absolutely.
thing, for sure. I'm going to hold up the poster so that people can see this on the air. And this is coming up, guys. Like this, it's this Saturday.
It's this Saturday.
Woo.
Yes.
This is like perfect timing.
I know.
To talk about this.
It is perfect timing.
Tell us about some of the people who are sponsoring this event. You got some great people here on the poster that you should probably say thanks to. And
yes.
I will say thanks to also. But you go ahead.
Okay. So we have a number of great folks who are on the organizing committee of this, which includes myself and Libby from Russo's Roots, who people might know from the Willimantic Farmers Market. The Willimantic Food Co-op is a sponsor. We have Sarah Kelleher from the co-op, who is a fantastic member of our organizing team. Grown Connected, which is a advertising, essentially a marketing campaign, I would say, that's run through Yukon Extension. And they market and promote farms in northeastern part of Connecticut. The Windham Regional Food Network, Windham Community Food Network, has been a partner and a lead on it for many, many years. CLIC is also part of the organizing team. Cooperatively licensed commercial kitchen in Windham. Connecticut Department of Agriculture.
Of course.
And this radio station.
Yay, WILI, round of applause for local radio.
Yep, and Farm Credit East, which is essentially the bank for farmers.
All right, and you know what? Before we get too deep into the dive, we need to say where this is happening.
Yes.
The time frame and the fact that there will be a food truck on site.
Yes. So it's this Saturday, as you said.
So March
9th. Saturday, March 9th. At the Windham Community Center, right on Gilson Square, starting at 11, going till 2, so right at lunchtime. And it is tamale food truck.
Yeah, they're so good.
So good. I don't know who doesn't love a tamale.
I could go for one now.
And so it is, Gilson Square, Windham Community Center. Will be in the gym. So plenty of big space. There's going to be about 30 farms there.
Wow.
And it's going to be a fantastic time.
So I want to get into the mind of someone who, I mean, would you call yourself a farmer?
Yes.
Okay. So that's fair to say. I would like to get into the mind of a farmer. I'd like to dig a little deeper.
Okay.
Okay, that is a pun and it was intended. So this is not something that you just wake up one morning and say, oh, I think I'd like to be a farmer. Or is it? Maybe it is. But like how it's hard work. It's everyday work. It's gratifying and it's rewarding. But there's got to be something in your soul that makes you keep doing this year after year. So I would like to know what that is.
Farmers are, I think, eternal optimists.
All right.
Right?
Okay.
Because we do this year after year.
Yes.
And especially for a vegetable farmer, we have a growing season in Connecticut that is limited.
Yeah, very.
And then you get into the winter time, you're exhausted, you sort of take stock of what happened, you get some rest. And then the seed catalogs come in the mail, and it's like, oh, look at all this beautiful stuff. And then you forget how awful it was in July.
Sounds like parenting.
Yeah,
sounds like
it is.
It's like having, baby.
It's like having a baby and a toddler.
Yeah.
And then you're like, oh no, maybe we'll do it again. And so you do it again.
And again.
And again and again. And yes, a lot of people, people come into farming through all different routes.
Well,
right?
what was your portal of entry for that?
For me personally, it was growing food with kids. I was a high school science teacher for a number of years in New York. And I lived in a town that had a lot of small farms in it. And so I started a garden with my students at my high school. And yeah, long story short, I ended up leaving that job and started apprenticing on a local vegetable farm. So, people come at it from a lot of different ways. Some people grew up on a farm and, they are in a multi-generational sort of situation. I am a first-generation farmer. Most all of my peers are first-generation farmers. We didn't learn this in school. Like, when I was in college, they didn't teach sustainable agriculture. It was not even a thing, and it largely still is not in higher education. So, learn by doing, just like a lot of other trades where plumbers, carpenters, you learn by doing and working underneath somebody else, and you gain more skills. And long story short, you're in it. Yeah. And then you decide to stay.
How many years has it been for you?
My farm is celebrating its 10-year anniversary this year.
Oh, so were you there in the first year that they did Know Your Farmer?
Yeah.
So you've been there the whole 9 years.
Yeah. Yep. Russo's Roots has been there for the whole 9 years.
Really?
Yeah.
They've been in Hampton for that long?
Yeah, they're in Canterbury.
Oh, Canterbury. I'm thinking, sorry, I'm in the wrong town.
Yeah.
Forgive me. I'm sorry.
But yes. Yeah.
Wow.
I know, time flies.
Yeah, I just don't know how that happened. I'm not sure. Tell the radio audience a little bit of this mix as far as like what we have in the bag in front of us of all these lovely, beautiful greens. And you said you picked them today.
We did. I harvested them this morning.
March.
Yeah.
Fresh green.
I know. It's wild. We can grow food inside a greenhouse or an unheated high tunnel, essentially just a covered space with passive solar gain all year round in the wintertime throughout New England, actually. And so, not everyone does it because it's like you want a break in the winter also.
Right. So what's in the bag? I'm going to pull out a few green things.
Yeah. That's a leaf called Tokyo Becana.
Tokyo.
It is an Asian green. And I always tell people that vegetables have names just like people do. And it's not like lettuce and watermelon and carrots, but this salad mix is Tokyo Becana and Red Splendor.
Which one is Red Splendor in there?
This is Red Splendor.
Okay, so Tokyo was kind of spicy, right?
No, that one should be pretty mild.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know.
This is Red Splendor. This is a mustard, so it should be a little spicier.
This should be spicy.
Yep. This is another Asian green, Komatsuna, which is Japanese. This is mild.
Oh, they're so pretty too. The markings on there. I mean, it's like eating art. I mean,
they're beautiful.
I'm gonna pull out another. Why not? Another something so that people can see the beauty of these things. They're gorgeous.
Yeah.
All right. So this one was which?
That's Komatsuna.
And then this one.
That's called Rosie.
Rosie. Ah, it's my daughter's name.
Yeah. It's a purple bok choy.
Well, and this is not like salad mix that you're going to go get at where.
No, not from a big grocer.
How'd you pick this blend? How did you do that?
There's just a number, sort of the experience of growing food for a number of years. You sort of know what works, and I'd like to have different colors and shapes and sizes, and some spicy and some mild, so you get like a nice blend. And I mean, in a large part though, this was an experiment because kind of farming just is a giant experiment every year, because you never know exactly what's going to happen. We're at the whim of Mother Nature. Going into the winter time, when you put seeds in the ground can determine when things and how things grow and when it's harvested. And so this was really just a giant experiment. Went pretty well, learned a lot. And a number of school districts bought this from me this winter.
Really?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Which was very awesome.
Yeah.
And sometimes salads can be hit or miss with kids, especially little ones. But if nothing else, like the schools just get romaine lettuce. That's all that they serve. And so
life is much more than that.
So if nothing else, a whole slew of kids saw that lettuce comes in different colors and shapes and textures. And that alone, is a great learning opportunity.
Well, there's lots of colors in the bag. There's lots of shapes. And I've tasted all the ones that you already mentioned, and they are each very distinct. in their flavors and in their tastes. It reminds me of when I substitute taught for schools for a little while, and the government's effort to bring healthy snacks. I was I think the kids were probably second grade is what I want to guess, and the provided snack of the day was a half an avocado that was sealed in a plastic thing. Mm-hmm. Most kids didn't even know what it was. And I think probably 90% of them refused to even eat it. And so it would have all gone in the trash. I mean, I was like, I have to rescue this. I will, with permission, I took it home and made guacamole because that's the right thing to do.
Yes.
But I thought, the kids don't even know, what good food is.
Yeah.
And avocados are great.
Yeah.
Right?
And frankly, it's not just kids either.
No.
Plenty of families, adults, kids, no matter who it is, come to my farm, come to any other small local farm, and they taste our food, and they're like, wow, that carrot tasted amazing. And you think, oh, carrot's a carrot, But when you grow it in really good soil, when you eat it really fresh, it does takes on a whole different flavor profile.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
Part of the Know Your Farmer Fair is like educating people still continuously, that's all that we're doing is showing people how amazing this food looks, how beautiful that mix is, how good it tastes, that you can buy it locally, you can support your farms, we can build our local food economy, we don't have to be sending our money off to corporations, we can keep it here. Well, and Willimantic's such a great spot to do that.
I would really call this an organic event.
It is.
It really is.
Yeah.
Like, all these great farms, all these great farmers coming together. If people arrive and they want to buy things, what is going to be the way that they can do that? Are we cash? Are we Venmo? Are we Zelle? Are we credit card? What are we?
It's going to be either cash or credit card.
Okay, so people should be prepared.
Yeah. Most farms will take credit card, but otherwise cash. Yeah, those two options.
All right, so why don't you just recap, just give everybody all the information again, because we're a few minutes in and I don't want people to miss all the details.
So we've got the Know Your Farmer Fair happening on this Saturday, March 9th, at the Wyndham Community Center on Gilson Square in Willimantic, running from 11 to 2 with farmers to buy product from, to learn about CSA programs. There's some kid activities happening. There's free seeds, essentially.
I know. Get ready for your garden.
Yeah, it's time, you know?
Is, yeah, it is. It definitely is.
Yep.
What are you growing now besides your salad greens?
Oh, that's the star of the show right now. We are right now beginning. This is the transition. So we're going into starting seeds for this coming season. So, yeah, we're kind of done winter growing and everyone's eyes are focused on the season ahead.
All right. And let's put in a plug for your farm. Tell us the name, how to find you if they want to do CSA things.
So my farm is Cloverleaf Farm. We are on Route 87 in Columbia. And we have a CSA program, and you can find us online, cloverleaffarm.com, on Instagram, Facebook, all the places.
And then Know Your Farmer has a presence in a number of different places.
Yes.
So if you guys want like the up-to-the-minute list of all the details, where should people go for that?
People should go to Facebook. Just type in Know Your Farmer Fair. It'll come right up. We're on Instagram as well. There's a sort of static web page through Grown Connected. So grownconnected.org, which is a Yukon Extension program, and there is a whole tab on there for Know Your Farmer Fair. So, yeah, now that we are in sort of the last week prior to the event, we actually there's a promo, which you have to look on Facebook to find. There's a big giveaway, a whole bunch of different things coming from different farms, which is essentially just a Facebook promotion. So find that post, like it, share it with people, and you can be entered to win this amazing gift basket with this beautiful cutting board and sauces and honeys and like all this great stuff.
Sounds good.
So we're just trying to spread the word, because we want people to come out. It's such a fun event, truly.
It is, and I'm sure that the ticket prices are pretty high for this, aren't they?
Ticket prices, Free.
What?
Free for anybody. Just walk on in off the street.
No way.
Yes.
Nothing's free anymore. Advice is free, but it's still cheap. That's quite amazing that you could get all this people power together to bring something to the community of this magnitude.
It has slowly been growing since the beginning.
All right.
All pun intended.
Yes, pun intended.
And it has been just a group of very dedicated people, which is often what happens to make...
It is what happens.
It's what happens.
It's what happens a lot here.
Yeah. People that are just really interested and committed to this kind of work. And really, the more people can have easy access to local food, the more people will support it and buy it. So we want to make it easy for them.
Well, and I used to homeschool my kids. This is a great educational opportunity to bring kids, because they will be the next generation who will feed us.
Absolutely.
So to spark interest and maybe buy something and taste it. I mean, it's a very sensory kind of thing, isn't it?
Absolutely. There's going to, because there's so many different kinds of farmers coming, selling all different kinds of products, it's a great opportunity to see, someone making honey, someone have his maple syrup, someone that might have, I know one farm's coming that raises livestock, and they have pelts. You can actually feel the fur of these animals.
Oh.
They have skulls. Other people take fat and make a tallow, a hand cream. There's just so many creative people who happen to farm, who are making all kinds of great products and growing all kinds of really great food.
Well, Susan Mitchell here talking about the Know Your Farmer Fair happening on March 9th at the Community Center here in Willimantic. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for bringing in the greens. I need to eat more greens. You could even take a handful and put in your smoothie shake, right?
You totally could.
You could just do anything with it.
Yes. You can saute it. You can eat it raw. I mean, whatever you want. Sure.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't think of that.
It's hearty enough, yeah.
Hey guys, maybe I'll see you at the Know Your Farmer Fair this coming Saturday at the Community Center. This is Ruth Hartunian-Allenbaugh, or Ravings and Cravings, or both, signing off here on Good Company WILI.